Stuff my face with bread, with breasts, with a shoulder of a friend, with a corner of a desk, with communion, with a yes, and I'll tell you.
Welcome back to Pretty Much Experts. I'm Robert John.
Hey everybody.
I got Skyler here and Mike over there in the van. How you doing, buddy?
What's up, Dingus?
It looks a little extra cloudy in the West Coast today. What's going on over there?
But that's just the van. That's the van's natural air
I
quality.
mean,
right
you've
there.
been going on for days about how fucking hazy it is over there. That was the segue for you to...
Yeah, and you tried to fucking call me
I
out
never
on
heard
using
of
a
that.
filter.
I have no idea what
Using
you're
an
talking
Instagram filter.
about. I
It's
feel
just
like
like
there's so
all-
much shit going on in the news. Like a California wildfire, like who cares? They do that every year.
I don't see the news at all. You just hear about it word of mouth around here,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Bring that mic closer. You guys actually are pretty quiet.
Now, how about
How's that? How's
That's
that?
better. That's
Yeah.
better.
Okay.
But yeah, you just kind of hear about it word of mouth before the smoke starts coming in, and then it's like with BC burning and California burning, there's always like that, like late August, early September usually, you know,
Yeah.
where it's like most areas of the province have a decent amount of smoke. Like I came down here a couple of years ago, or maybe it was a couple of years ago, and driving down, we just barely made it through a bunch of like checkpoints on the highway because a lot of the highway was blocked off at certain points through the summer.
Wow.
But when we got down here in the city, it was like, because we're at sea level, so you're constantly coming down, right? And valleys and shit on the roads. It's like there are times where you just go through, like, it looks like the most intense fog you've ever seen.
Right.
And you go down into it, and it's just like everywhere is just like thick, like campfire smoke,
Wow.
you know?
Wow.
And that's just
And
a
this
blow
year,
up?
it just kind of, like,
Is-
this the most, I've seen it, like, going out of the city. You can see it on the outskirts, like, for the last, I don't know, month or whatever. But, like, in the city, it was just last week. It just kind of drifted in, like, probably through along the river.
Yeah.
And the river's, like, right there. I'm 10 seconds from the river. So it's like, it probably just came in off the river, and it just fucking swamped me in here.
I mean, it's a good thing you've been wearing your mask. It'd be hard
Have
to breathe. It'd be hard to breathe.
I don't have a mask. I got one of the fucking P1000s or whatever from work.
Yeah.
Nice.
Whatever the hell they're called. But, like, I go in the store with my bandana at best. And usually, like, it'll be around my neck. You know,
Yeah.
if I catch someone giving me a side eye, I might go into it. But, like,
Cough real loud.
Yeah.
Wipe my hands
that's
on
why I
everything.
have it, right? I'm not just having it to breathe through. I'm having it in case I got a cough. Fuck
Yeah,
else.
that totally defeats the purpose.
I'm not worried about people spitting in my mouth. You know?
Yeah. So is
And
BC
if
on
you-
fire as well?
Yeah, BC's always on fire, dude, in the summer.
But I don't know. I feel like
It's
like,
not a newsworthy.
like you're saying, yeah, it's like I have not heard of that at all. I know Vancouver,
Yeah, I
like
just-
BC, California's on fire, and it's
Yeah.
like going north. People are saying that the smoke is going up to Vancouver and shit, but
Are they? Well, it's here, for sure,
yeah. But I didn't know that parts of BC were also on fire.
I think it's just every year it burns. It's just a matter of how much and how contained it is. Like you're not going to hear about it so much on the East Coast unless there's out of control shit going on.
Right.
Right?
That's fair, yeah.
And like I don't watch the news, so I don't hear about any of it unless like people are talking about like, oh, fucking Pemberton's on fire again, or like that kind of shit. And it's like they had to cancel a festival. I mean, it's like those douchebag Instagram festivals, anyways.
Yeah.
You know. Where fucking what's your favorite band? Hoobastank will play. And,
Hoobastank, yeah.
You know? Like, but they canceled that festival. Like, I think, whatever the undetermined for an undetermined amount of time. Like it's semi-permanently
Good.
canceled because the fires have been getting out of control in that area.
That's great.
Jesus.
But yeah, you hear about it out here, and then sometimes your valley, whatever valley you're living in, if you're in a valley, like it'll just get socked in. Like all of a sudden the smoke will come in. It's like, oh, something's burning, and then you'll hear about it the next day. Like, oh, fucking, there's a fire. But it's always like as a crow flies. So it's like there's a huge fire like 50 kilometers from here, and it's
Right.
like, dude, that doesn't seem like it's that far, and it's not.
No.
You know.
No.
I mean, it'd take you 17 hours to get there by road, but like a fire doesn't give a fuck about the road.
No.
If it's only 50 kilometers, that's nothing.
Nothing for a fire.
No.
Fire has no
Like
need
co-
for roads.
A couple years ago, I think when we first started the podcast, we talked wildfires when I was still in Smithers. We
Yeah,
had,
you
like,
were in a wildfire at the time, I believe.
Yeah, well, it was like something like 25 or 28 kilometers to the town.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know? And it's like, it's not going to come here. Like, it's never come here. I think the Smithers hasn't burned for something like 150 years.
So it's due.
So
It's due.
it's due. Because, well, it's something like, yeah, it's due. It's definitely due. It's like Yellowstone. You know,
Yeah.
it's the northern Yellowstone.
It's gonna happen. Mount St. Helens. Every 100 years, it's gonna go off.
Exactly. Well, that was the worry, that it's like, okay, yeah, it's due and it's close and it could happen. And everyone was just kind of like, get the RVs loaded up, fucking throw the insurance papers in the glove box. You know what I mean?
I thought you
Like,
said get the
everyone's
Harveys.
getting mildly prepared. Everyone's round the wagons. You know what I mean? Round them up.
Does anybody, like, if it were me, I would just be getting my sprinkler and, like, blasting it
Oh
onto
yeah.
my house.
It's foolproof.
It's fucking foolproof. Yeah.
You know how you can get
Well,
it,
when
like,
you live in a forest, it's not really foolproof. But like, if you're out on the flats, you probably could,
yeah.
right?
I just mean, like, it's probably harder for my damp house to catch fire.
Yeah, if you got a damp
No,
cottage.
Yeah, then
no,
then your
no. That
tinder
fire
home.
doesn't give a shit about your
Yeah.
damp house.
That's why they don't
it
have,
takes
like,
literally
0.1
of a second longer to light. you
There's
know?
no like fire
you
department
soak
in
in your
England.
house.
But that might get the cat out, you know?
Yeah, England's so moist.
Yeah,
You're
there's
right.
no fire
You're
department
right.
there.
You're
I've
right.
never
if
seen a
everything's
fire
covered
truck
in
there.
moss,
Really?
it can't
No.
burn.
It burned that one time.
Yeah, because of Hitler, not because of forest fires.
That is not
You're
what I
right.
was talking about.
They don't have
You're
fire
right.
trucks there.
They're called fire brigades.
They don't.
Call the fire brigade! is
They
what
still
are.
got the like just a regular truck and a dude on the back with a bucket of water. Like there's no. I'm like honestly like I
Wooden
can't picture
buckets.
a fire hydrant. Like it's not a thing.
It's not a thing. Huh.
They're
Well,
just
maybe
their
it's just like
hats.
on buildings and shit. It's
I
not like out in the street.
I don't know. It's baffling now that I'm thinking about it. Because there's like a fire hydrant here like every 7 houses.
Are there a lot of like insurance scams over there for shit burning down? I feel like that's a
Oh
perfect
yeah,
spot
yeah.
for
There's
it.
Oh,
there's
there's no
schemy
fire
people.
department,
I mean,
apparently. Like,
So fire department, no brigade.
Yeah, no one's
yeah.
stopping it.
I mean, I know more about Ireland than England, but they're both schemy people. There's definitely insurance scams, and I don't remember any fire hydrants there either.
That's weird, dude.
Yeah, I don't think anything catches fire. There. It's too
What
wet.
what do fucking all the single old cougs fantasize about? What kind of calendars are they rocking? They got policemen with their stupid helmets on. They got
Yeah,
no firemen to
bubbies.
fucking make calendars about.
Seems real backwards. Like their firemen don't have water. Their policemen don't have guns.
Police don't have
right? Like-
guns, but they have to wear helmets.
Their dentists don't have
Yeah.
teeth. You know.
Yeah, exactly. For sure, that's a thing. Yeah. All their bartenders are fucking ex-alcoholics, recovering.
Yeah, that is kind of a thing too. There's a lot of sober bartenders there.
Really?
Yeah,
What's the point of that?
That's weird.
it's like a hard life. It's just a
Yeah.
job, not a lifestyle.
Yeah, you can only do it for if you're 2 decades in. You can only do it for that first
yeah.
decade.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You
at
can't
First
party
3,
that
you
hard.
got first 3 years to go hard.
Yeah, I guess
Even
it's
just going to a bar every day, that's fucking tough, man.
yeah,
People
that's
who are into that.
that's commitment.
Yeah, if you're gonna work there, you gotta probably draw the line at some point. Speaking of work and
Yeah.
lighting shit on fire, how's your fucking boy Ditzy doing?
I haven't seen Ditzy in a few weeks. Thank fuck. But that job got fun. Like we got through all the prep work, which was bullshit, and having to deal with all those dorks. And now I'm just like supervising actual artists paint, and it's fun.
Which
Hang
just means like they're just doing their own thing, and you're
Yeah,
doing
just
your
kind of
own
hanging
thing.
out all day. Do you need a drop cloth? How you doing for water? Yeah,
Well, that's cool.
it's super chill.
Is this all like people's personal art, or is it predetermined? Like they want the letters fucking.
Predetermined.
Wow,
no,
on
it's
this.
it's personal.
They want-
Do whatever you want.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
everyone's got like basically 4 concrete barriers that are gonna line a bike path, but there's about 500 barriers and 100 and something artists. Everyone kind of gets 4,
Oh, that's
4 or
cool.
less. Yeah, it's cool.
Like
And
side by side for?
Yep, like a big old snake, a little human centipede.
Is that what you're gonna do? Fucking ass to mouth?
Ass to mouth.
Drawing on.
You said I could do
Would that be
whatever I wanted. You
Yeah.
said it.
Yeah.
Anything I want.
If
long as
it's
it's not
cartoony,
racist.
it's not real, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. If you make it funny, it's not offensive.
Yeah.
Fucking human
And that
centipede.
fucking had you learning how to fucking run machinery this week.
Yeah, I had to go to up and down school, aka working at heights training.
Down school? Is that what you've been calling it? Did you pass?
I did. I was really like, I didn't know if I wanted to talk about this on the air because it's such a like hot button topic. But I guess we're here.
With all the women involved.
Yeah, I guess we're
Yeah.
here.
Sorry, I
Yeah,
didn't realize.
you
this.
painted me into this corner.
Spoiler.
Spoiler.
Yes.
It was like
Yes.
me and 3 dudes and 5 girls. And the girls took at least 5 times as long to do every single task, and it was such a long, horrible day.
And what is that? Just attention span?
I think it's like a smaller brain.
okay.
I don't know what it is. It's a confidence thing. They're
the
blaming a
reptile
lack of
brain.
video game playing. They don't have the thumbstick skills.
Yeah,
I
that
don't
was
know.
ridiculous. When you
I don't
wrote
know
that
what
in
it
the
is,
chat, I was
but
like,
it was like
that-
a uniform. Like the guys, like no guy was perfect. I'm not perfect. It was a little jerky at sometimes. Like you're driving a scissor lift with your thumb. Like it's a little jerky. Like stop, start, left, whatever. But generally, like the
Yeah.
obstacle course, you go through it, you lift up, you touch some shit, you go down, and you back yourself out through this like windy course. It should take 4 to 6 minutes.
Okay.
I probably came closer to like the 5-minute mark. I'm not gonna say I was the fastest guy there.
You don't gotta be.
No, but it was still like, okay, cool, done. Guy was stoked. You did it.
And this is the end of the day, right?
Did not hit any
End of the day.
pylons. Everything's good. Every girl closer to 20, 22 minutes. Like it was
20 minutes?
20 minutes. Like we're just like, are you
Wow.
fucking kidding? It was like Austin Powers when you get stuck in the hallway, just back forth, back forth, but the entire way in just a straight line.
Oh no.
Just like
no.
yeah. It was like, oh my god. Like I could the scissor lift probably weighs like 4,000 pounds. I think I could push it through the obstacle course faster.
Do one of those fucking strongman things where they hook it to your neck.
Yeah, just tie it around me, like put a fucking bit in my
Tie it
mouth,
around
and
the
I'll
top of your
walk.
head and
Yeah, I'll
fucking
just walk
pull
it with my teeth. Yeah.
I mean, like, I get the intimidation. Like, it is. Like, there's an intimidating factor to, like, working with equipment for the first time. Any new equipment. Even
Yeah.
if you've ran this and ran that, it's like, oh, it's a new piece of equipment. You know? Or
Yeah.
if you've never ran anything, then it's amplified tenfold. I get it. But it seems like you're also in that position and capable of finishing with your regular human man-sized brain.
Regular man brain.
You're capable, regular man brain. You're capable of finishing in well under 6 minutes. Let's just say 6 minutes.
Even if I took 6.5 minutes, which
Yeah,
I did,
if you
like
stopped
okay,
to check your zipper
Right, yeah.
halfway, you
Yeah.
still would have finished in
There's
6
a learning
minutes.
curve to
Yeah.
it, right? Like
Yeah.
you gotta figure it
There's
out.
a learning curve, but it should take you 40 seconds to like, okay, learning curve. And you'll still make
That's
mistakes.
it.
After you got the learning curve, like you're still going to make a few like boo-boos, like, okay, like I cut the wheel a little too short. Okay, I'll go. But it's not like an induced panic sweat for 22 minutes.
Because if it takes 22 minutes and you're panicking and sweating that much,
Yeah.
you know, in like the program where all the safety parameters have been
Right.
met, how are you
not-
ever going to use this
I
in the real
mean,
world?
No.
And like, so
Yeah.
here's my 3 takeaways. It's like, how are they going to do this in the real world? Because basically, like our like collective here in Guelph is renting one of those scissor lifts for a week, so like all 5 of us can paint some like high shit. And
Oh, yeah.
due to like, you know, we only got one scissor lift and 5 things to paint. Like everybody gets it one day. So like the day that Yahoo #1 is going, like she's gonna be there alone and clearly cannot operate this thing. Like I don't know what's gonna happen.
Jesus.
Yeah, wow.
So that
They're gonna have to get 2 and 3 in there.
I mean, so like here's the takeaways: is number one, that's why guys get paid more to start jobs.
Yeah, clearly knew you were going there.
Like I mean, you know. Equal
Not only do
skill,
we show
equal
up
pay.
on
Like
time
I'm with
and
you,
we're not
equal right,
always an
equal
hour
skill,
late.
equal pay. But like we're not starting on the same starting block. Like you're gonna take a lot
and
longer to do.
It
this.
doesn't matter what your sex or religion
No.
or race is, anyways.
Equal
if you show up
skills,
on a
equal pay.
job and you're less skilled or less comfortable, or
Exactly.
to adequately fill the position, you get paid less
You
money.
get paid less. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just the way it works.
Equal skill, equal pay. I'm with you. Doctors, lawyers,
Yep.
all that shit, equal.
Yep.
Learning a scissor lift in 4 times as long as everyone else, not the same.
Yeah, no.
Not the same.
Not the same, no.
And the other thing that was like borderline insanity for someone that's just sitting there all day watching this, it wasn't even that like some of these people went slowly. Like that's okay. I mean, it's not okay. It's like get it together.
I mean, whatever.
But
First
a lot
time
of them
doing
like
it, whatever.
completely went the wrong way through this obstacle course. Like no one is paying attention at all.
Yeah, but
like,
that doesn't.
when
Isn't
it's
there a
not-
starting point? How do you go the wrong way?
Well, the starting point and the ending point are the same spot. So you're basically starting at A, driving all the way like
Here,
snake
lifting
path,
it up.
and coming all the way back to A, and then you lift it up, touch some shit, go back down, and
Yeah.
then you wind all the way. You drive backwards through the whole thing and come back to A.
Gotcha,
So like, but
gotcha.
instead of like going right at the beginning, like they're just going straight, and it's like, what are you going? Like you're not you're basically doing this thing clockwise instead of everyone else has done this counterclockwise kind of thing,
Gotcha,
which isn't
gotcha.
the end of the world. Like you're still doing the course, but it's like 3 people have gone in front of you and taken 25 minutes, like, and you haven't noticed which way the fucking course goes. Like, pay attention. Come on.
What are they doing in the meantime?
Just talking, playing on their
hyperventilating?
phones, you know, girl stuff.
Oh yeah, twirling their hair, talking about tampons.
Yeah, I don't know. David
Girl stuff.
Hasselhoff, whatever the fuck your girls talk about. Aurora
Oh,
Borealis. And the other thing, it just highlighted how bullshit this fucking course was. I mean, this whole, like, not the obstacle
Well, it's-
course, but the actual getting the certification.
Yeah,
So
if
the-
everyone passed, it sounds.
I
pretty
mean, the
bullshit
first
to me.
half of the day is just like in class shit. I didn't pay attention at all, and that's where you know the brains flip. All the girls are
Yeah.
paying attention, taking notes.
all the safety crap. Yeah.
yeah, I'm just playing
Well,
on
they're
my
getting
phone.
psyched out now. That's
I'm
why
just
it took
playing
them
on my
20 minutes.
phone.
They're
It's
getting
like
psyched out in class.
But it's
You
like
know,
that is
learning.
like funny how the flip. It's like class part. They brought binders or some shit, taking notes. I'm just playing
Went
on
to
my
Michael's
phone
right
and
before
doodling
this.
like on the back of the handouts.
Yeah.
And then at like right before lunch, it's like, okay, here's the exam, 33 questions. And when he handed it out, I'm like, oh, I didn't know there was a test involved. I wasn't paying attention at all. And I still
There's
got
always a test
31
every
out of
day.
33.
There's
Like
always
it's
a
all
test.
basic. I mean,
Yeah, it's
I don't
basic
know.
safety shit though. Right?
But it's basic. I didn't listen. So we sat there for 4 hours. I didn't listen to a word he said, and I still got 31 out of 33. And it's like, okay, that's fine. Absolutely did not have to come and do this. You could have just given me the like test when I walked in the door. I would have got
Yeah.
31 out of 33 when it's 8:05 right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Why was I here for
Instead,
5
it's
hours?
lunchtime.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like
Been
this.
here
Coffee's
4
not
hours.
Yeah, I could have poured a coffee as I walked in the door and got this test in the same score.
Got 31
Waste of
out
time.
33, yeah.
So that was a
Yeah.
waste of time. I learned nothing and passed. And then
No, but you do need to hear that shit, even if it's only like you hear 10% of it. You know what I mean? Because it's like if you're in an emergency situation, you know that there's a release at the bottom of the.
We did
machine.
that. Yeah,
You
we did all that walkthrough.
You wouldn't know that
like-
if you didn't listen to kind of.
I
Yeah.
didn't listen to the in class, but then when we went into the like testing ground, we did that. That was part of like the like you have to learn how to do this. Like if
Yeah.
someone gets stuck up here,
Hydraulic
here's the things you
release.
pull to make them fall down.
Yeah.
But so like in the beginning of the day, I learned nothing, passed the test. The afternoon of the day, the females in the class learned nothing and all passed the test. And the instructor even said to like one of the girls, like, you have no future in scissor lifting. Like she
Wow.
took that
in
long.
front of everybody.
No, to her silently. She came back and
Oh,
told
okay.
everyone, it was a good deal. He told me I have no future in using a scissor lift.
Wow.
But we all
That's
got...
fair though. That's fair.
That's fair.
Fuck.
And it's like this instructor, it's like he has all the patience in the world. Like we're supposed to be done at like 3:30, and it was about 5 when we were finally done. Like it took that long, like another hour and a half over par.
Yeah. And
And-
usually they say 3 and you're walking out of there at 2:30.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, you'll
You
be
know?
done by like 3, maybe 3:30. Yeah, exactly. Like it should be you're done at 2:30 for sure.
Yeah.
But it was absolutely after 5 o'clock, and like the guy had all the patience in the world. He held our hands through all of it, and
That's
still
good.
passed it. But still passing everybody. At
Yeah,
the end of
that's
the
the
day?
I have a problem with
That's
because
the,
like
like-
if they like you said if they were out on their own and they don't have the confidence
Mhm.
or they're intimidated by it and they like, aren't retaining or being like aware
Right.
of the things you need to be aware of, you could end up electrocuting yourself like
I
to
mean,
death.
and,
you know?
like,
you run
he-
into the wrong power line
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
because you're looking
Besides
down
that, or
instead
just
of looking
driving
straight ahead.
into
It's
some
like,
shit, or like, I mean,
Yeah,
like
dude.
I have this
Tipping it.
certification because like I apply to like mural gigs all over the place, and some of them are in hard to reach places, and they ask, like, are you certified? Do you have your working at heights certification? And I always say no, I don't have it, but I'll learn it if I get the gig. And then that's like,
Totally.
yeah, we'll put you in the maybe pile because there's like a whole bunch of automatically like yeses that go in the yes pile.
yeah, they got it.
So like
Exactly,
this
yeah.
group of people I was with are now all in that yes pile that I used to be
That's-
competing against. It's like you
that's
technically
tragic.
have it, but you do not know how to use this thing. You're going to get on site on this workplace and just kind of embarrass yourself. It's going to take you 25 minutes to go 9 feet. And I mean, like, good for them. They got the gig. Like, I can't hate on that. But it does, like,
Yeah.
annoy me as someone that's been applying to these things for 5 years that you get
Oh,
asked, like, do you have this certification? And it's like, no. But if I get the gig, I'll get it. And they're like, okay, good. We'll put you in the maybe. But just so you know, like, 10 people have already said they already have it. So they're ahead of you in line. We kind of talked about this off air a minute ago.
I was just about
And
to say,
at the
was-
time, I'm like, okay, yeah, I get that. But now, knowing that people like this have it, and they're in the yes pile, it is so frustrating.
Yeah. You probably could have done it without any
I
training.
could have done it.
Figured
I
it
could
out on the
805.
fly.
I got 31 out of 33, and figured that out on the fly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for instance, like these programs are like, basically 20 years old at best. Before that, in the early 2000s and in the 90s, you went to work, and if you
Yeah.
needed to use this, they certified you on the job,
Right.
and you just learned as you went.
You could
You
have been
obviously learned
certified in an
basic
hour.
safety
Yep.
requirements.
Certified on the
Exactly.
job. Easy.
And you learned, or
like learning
less.
a
I got,
forklift. It's
I
not
went
hard.
to exactly.
Yeah.
On my when I
Yeah.
first hired on with these plumbers, whenever that was in February, whatever,
Yeah.
right? Like early this year. That's what they did. First
Yeah.
week on the job, I probably spent half hour to an hour with the safety guy. One morning, and then the next morning I'd come in and spend an hour with some other safety guy on the fucking man lift,
Yep.
right? I'd spend it, and then come in the next day. I'd spend an hour with the forklift guy, at the forklift, and that
Yeah.
was it. Certified right there on the spot, and that was this year, like right, like they still do it.
Yeah.
Different industry, but like it's like 20 years ago there was these programs for you AFs out there. like there was no this wasn't a thing. You had you got the certification if you worked in an industry that needed it. So like
Right.
if you were an AF and you needed it for a job, you learn right there.
Learn right
you didn't
there.
get
Yeah.
8 hours.
We have another
sitting
day
in
of
a,
class coming up this week on like Thursday. We have another day.
Of
It's
up down stuff.
up down school day 2. And it's
Up-
like I don't
up and
know
down
what
school.
more there is to know other than
It's just like-
I'm gonna wear a bang wire.
I think they're gonna. I think they're gonna put you on because yours was like a single or like a double person lift, right?
They're both singles. We did
Yeah.
like
So, but there's a
did-
huge platform lift that they're probably gonna train you
Yeah.
on.
I think
and
we're
then
also
there's
getting trained
a
on
Zoom
like the
Zoom boom.
rigging stuff.
Oh, okay, cool.
Like to
yeah,
be
yeah.
like because we
Fall
got
rest.
like you wear a
Fall
fucking
rest.
harness when you're in it, but I think there's other kinds of like lift training where you like dangle from shit like a window washer.
Yeah.
So I don't know,
Yeah,
maybe
it's
that's
called
what we're doing, like that kind of
high
like
elevation, fall
high
rest,
elevation,
yeah.
like without the machine.
Yeah.
But I mean, we'll be in the same warehouse. It's like a 30-foot.
Yeah, they're just gonna tell you got to be clipped on 3 points of contact. That
something
kind of
like
bullshit.
yeah. I don't know. I'm
But
not gonna
again,
pay
like you
attention.
don't need. It's good to get
No.
schooling for this if you're capable and you want to learn these things. You need to learn these things. I mean,
It's
but
all
the
bullshit.
Whole, like,
so like the
you
instructor
could learn
guy
on the job.
Oh,
for
I
sure.
mean, it's all bullshit. So this instructor guy talks for so long. I'm not paying attention. I'm just playing like Trailer Park Boys, Greasy Benny on my phone. Shout out. And he holds up the like Ontario like working at heights like requirement thing, and it's like a book that's like an inch thick. It looks like a fucking dictionary.
Wow.
And he's like, this is like all the codes and practices that like you need to know. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what? And then he holds up the BC one, and it's a similar one. He's like, and if any of you guys are going out west, like, this is what you need to know. And I was like, fuck, this is more than I thought. I should have been paying attention, but also still back to my phone. And then he starts to talk shit on Nova Scotia, our brothers and sisters on the East Coast. He's like, and this is the Nova Scotia one, and it's basically a brochure. It was like 9 pages.
Well, I think the thing is, like, these provinces adopt...
They don't have buildings
like,
over 2 stories. Like, they have no use for it.
That, for sure, that is a thing. And also, like, they just adopt, like, as it applies, they'll adopt the Ontario code or the
when
BC
it comes
code.
up, we'll add it.
Yeah, when it comes up. But that's hilarious. They just got, like, one of those trifold pamphlets.
It's like
Yeah.
9-folded. Fucking Nova Scotia.
Half it's an advertisement for like a
all
fucking seafood restaurant.
Chinese menu on the back.
Chinese menu, and then on the back there's the safety rules for the province.
The whole province.
That's funny. But there is so many little things that like you only learn them really, like you might hear it in passing or go through this training and like kind of loosely hear about it. There's all these like weird general rules that you just like learn as you go. Like if you're welding, like where to put your fucking your ground and where not to put it and where to put your hand in relation to that ground and like stuff like that. Or like with ladders, it's like, you know, you want to be, for every foot up, you want to be 2 feet back. Right. So as you go up a foot, you go back 2. Yeah. Right. So the rake of your ladders or whatever it is, right?
Right.
I think it's 4 to 2 or something weird like
I
that.
don't know.
4 to 3. I don't know.
I had that
Either
class.
way.
Yeah.
But it's like there's that rule. And it's like
I
worked on high rise and residential construction. It's like you don't really hear it like during the first week of your employment. Yeah. Someone will just mention, oh, like make sure you're fucking 4 to 3, and you're like, oh yeah, 4 to 3. Like I remember that from 10 years ago. Right. And it's like
this
just
guy
like
was
that
like
kind of shit. You just learn as you go.
Going hard on, I guess, the Ontario code where we currently live, except you. They are really trying to move away from ladders in the workplace outside of like just changing elevation. Like if you ever have to carry anything up a ladder, like they want you to use scissor lifts now. Like it's just way safer.
Wow.
And it's like I get
safer.
it, it's way safer. But at the end of the day, like it takes so much longer. This is like somewhere where you work has to buy a scissor lift. Like when like I work there and it's like pull down the like rolls of bullshit and you go up them stairs, you know, like I don't know, you know, pull in fucking product. It's like
climb up the side of it.
Yeah, climb up the side of it, lean over, like and walk 2 up, like 1 on each arm, bring them up and throw them in. Like, can you imagine doing that on a scissor lift every time? Like, 35 seconds up, like.
in your place of employment, Rue, like that sucks because you guys are like trying to meet deadlines and stuff. You work in a small little area. If you're on a big job site, but if you're on a big job site, who gives a shit about the rich people getting richer at the top? If it takes you an extra 20 minutes, thankfully, I mean, now your day's 20 minutes closer to being done, you know? Like, I'd happily never step foot on a ladder again. Like, ladders are sketchy, man.
Yeah, I don't like ladders
either. I don't love them, but I mean, just as far as making it, like, work code, like, you have a bucket of, like, even someone like me, like, painting, it's like, you're using a bucket and a paint can on the side of a ladder, that's like, you should have 2 hands on the ladder at all time. Like, you need a scissor lift. It's like, I don't want to rent a scissor lift. That shit's like $3,000 a day.
Yeah, it's gonna be complications in like for like, smaller industries.
Yeah, it's the smaller guy gets fucking fucked.
Or they just don't do it and deal with like maybe the work
maybe
safe coming
or whatever.
Yeah.
I want to like throw a quick parenthesis in this. If any of my AF friends from like school the other day hear this, you know I'm telling the truth. I'm not exaggerating.
Not just dogging you.
I'm not dogging you. This was what happened, and you know it. And you're Kohler, you know it.
I think most of it has to do with confidence. Like I've been in that position plenty of times in other industries. With
we got that swinging dick confidence. It's a thing.
Yeah.
It's like
you gotta have it.
I got this, no problem.
Yeah. Even if you don't, you just gotta go in like nothing bad's gonna happen. There's nothing to worry about. I'm just gonna fucking, you know.
Yeah. Even like little things where like I'm on that like obstacle course and it's like, okay, I got the corner, I got it, and then there's a straightaway. It's like, I fucking
Floor
pinned
it.
that shit.
Floor
Yeah,
it.
I want to see how fast
Because
this
what?
goes.
You're gonna go six?
open this up.
Like,
Yeah,
who cares?
everyone in this podcast, we would all just floor it. I floor
it.
and then
You're clipped in, right? You're fucking
Yeah.
clipped
Yeah.
in.
and it's
Yeah.
obviously I'm gonna floor it. Even though this is the first time I've ever been on this machine, I'm flooring it.
I'm hitting it with my dick and going hands
Yeah,
free,
I
baby.
want to go hands free. I'm gonna use my mouth so I can. Yeah, like,
Yeah, I'm going
but
hands
you
free
know,
on that shit.
generally, like girls don't think that way, and it showed.
Well, girls also, in fairness, they don't have dicks to do that.
They don't have
No.
the swinging dick
You know,
confidence.
that's
yeah.
a big problem. If you can't lay your dick on it and go hands free, you're probably not going to think about pinning it.
No.
Just saying, you know.
Yeah.
If any of your AF friends are listening, that might have something to do with it. The whole penis situation.
Might. I don't know.
You know, might.
I think
It
that
might.
with their vaginas, they'd be able to grab the joystick easier.
Oh yeah, just
I mean,
suction right on.
Yeah.
And
Like
in
an
all,
octopus.
you know, in
Yeah,
all
yeah.
fairness, like with all the practice in the world and then paying attention to the beginning of the class, like they're probably going to be way better at it over time.
Oh yeah, they usually are.
Guaranteed. We're
off
gonna end
the
up dying
hop-
in the first year.
Yeah,
And they're gonna
off
have
the
long
hop-
careers. You know, using these machineries.
Yeah. Over time, I'm sure. Yeah, you're going to get way better at this than I will because I don't care.
Oh yeah.
But also,
how many
my don't
women do you
care
know that are
started.
missing
Yeah, it's
fingers?
just like voting.
Just like voting, I don't care.
How many women do you know that are missing limbs and fingers?
I don't know anyone. Period.
Yeah. What about men? Well, you've met guys in your life
I mean,
that
this
have
guy's
them.
got this guy
You know what I
beside me,
mean?
he's got his shitty thumb.
Yeah, exactly. He's got this weird thumb. But you know, like you always meet these old guys. You shake their hand and they got that one finger gone.
Yeah.
You know, it's like ooh,
Yeah.
touched it.
The guy probably pinned it during his training.
But I also
Exactly.
feel like
Exactly.
with that said, it's like when you hear stories of people like those old dudes, it's like you know they got their shit ripped off just because there wasn't like guards or anything
Anything.
when they
Oh,
worked,
totally.
right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, consider
Even with
that.
my thumb, like I totally like took guards off to fix something and fucked up, kind of thing, right? Like it's
Yeah.
it literally said on the sign like don't take this off unless you know
Don't
what you're
operate
doing,
without it.
right?
Yeah.
And I was just like, I'll figure it out.
Yeah. I'll just
Fucking
jam a
full
screwdriver in
speed.
here
Yeah.
and try on this.
Boom up, gotta go to the hospital.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that's one thing, like, I think as the older I get, the more I realize, like, I'm not going to put myself in danger anymore as often as possible, and I'm not going to rush to do anything if I'm getting paid to do it.
Right.
Like, I'm just not.
Yeah.
Like, and all these industries, they emphasize safety, no matter how big or small. Safety is
Right.
the priority. You have safety meetings weekly, monthly, annually, all that shit, right? And it's like, or you should, probably, you know, not really calling anybody out here, but anyways, it's like, it's not worth what you're paying me, for the most part, usually,
yeah.
to like run and trip over shit and bang my knees off
Right.
stuff and get my fingers lodged in this and lose a neck. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? Like, I'm not fucking breaking my back
No.
for $25 an hour
Yeah.
ever again.
No. Like I
Ain't
remember
worth it.
there was one day like maybe like last winter where it fucking snowed like a motherfucker here. And there were like full on like snow drifts on the road that were like the size of my truck kind of thing. And I remember like I called in sick to work that day, just like I'm not doing this. Like I'm
Yeah,
not
it's
fucking
not
driving
safe. It's
not
there.
worth it.
It's not worth
It's not
it.
worth it.
And then
Yeah.
like not really getting in shit, but it was just that like so did you even try to drive there yesterday kind of thing? And
Yeah.
it's like of course I did. Like
Yeah.
I got like
Sure.
I got like
know-
over halfway and it was just like I'm
I
not
got
doing...
a coffee. I went to Tim Hortons.
Yeah,
yeah.
You know what I
Right?
mean?
Like, and then like driving
step
home,
one.
I remember hearing on the radio it was like all the roads were closed, and if you get in like an accident on a road that's closed, like your insurance is void and shit, and like they won't send
Oh,
tow
right.
trucks
They can
to
do
come
that?
get you.
Yeah, the tow truck doesn't
Yeah.
want to fuck up either. Yeah.
Yeah, but your insurance is void
Yeah, because they're not supposed to be on the road.
because it's reckless or whatever. Oh,
Yeah, like
I didn't know that was a thing. I never even heard that before.
Yeah, I've heard there's a couple roads, like I feel like all of the
Interesting.
roads in Guelph on the outskirts, like the side roads are like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
And then-
leaving Georgetown same
Local
way,
traffic
too, right?
only in winter kind of deals.
Yeah, like if you live here, you can go down here, but
Yeah.
if you know,
If you're trying to shortcut back roads and you get stuck,
Yeah.
like it's on you.
so
It's on you, bud. You're
and there's-
walking home.
like in Orangeville,
live
Orangeville's
here
like
now.
part of the snow belt they call it, and they just get fucked. And there's definitely roads that are like that. Like don't use them. Use them at your own peril.
Oh.
I've been. I sent you guys a link last week about moving down to the Rust Belt. You kind of reminded me with the whole snow belt thing.
The belt.
What's
Yeah.
the Rust Belt? Hamilton.
Like the no, well, it could be of Ontario.
Pittsburgh?
No, like the interior, like the southern interior of BC, like in Kamloops area.
Oh shit.
And I like don't really have any reason not to, and it's so close to the fucking. It's like within a half-hour drive to Kamloops. Like there's all the work that I'm capable of doing here and finding here, I can find there.
Yeah.
The only shitty thing is it does get down to like minus 15 through the winter in that area. It's
Oh,
like I can't
fuck.
be doing the van life there. I have
Yeah.
to go get like a decent trailer for it. But there's like
Not a house
Acres.
or anything, just a different
well,
van.
what am I going to do? Build a
Bigger
house
van.
in 3 weeks? Are you kidding me? The fuck do you think
Not
I am?
move
I don't
into
even
an
have my fall
apartment.
rest, bud.
Yeah.
Don't get an apartment.
Not an apartment or anything. Not pick up a roommate
Oh,
or.
fuck no. Well, dude, the reason I'm living in the van is because I don't want to pay someone else's mortage.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right?
No.
That's a big part of it. That's 51%.
Yeah.
I mean, if I find
2% is banning.
yeah, 2% is banning, exactly. It would have been 49, but 2% is banning, bitch. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you kind of like brought up a whole bunch of shit in like talking about your training and the women at your work and,
The
like,
AFs
and all
at
this
work.
stuff, all the AFs. That it's like, man, like before we went live, and I wasn't sure I was going to talk about it either. Like I interviewed for a dream job, and it didn't pan out, and I fucking damn near lost my cool and went in and
Damn
the
near.
fucking
You lost it.
I lost it a bit and damn near went in 2x4'd somebody about it.
Because I didn't get the job I wanted.
Because I didn't get the job. And then obviously on the
Totally
drive there, I
rational.
realized I was kind of over. Well, I woke up Saturday after all week of waiting, after like having the greatest interview, having a really good time. It's a couple hours all around, talking with people there and shit. Like man, feeling good, like as confident as I've ever felt about getting a job, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like just nailed it all around, just fucking nailed it. And I'm like qualified for the job and capable of doing this job. And just fucking killed it. The guy they had me in there with was like a total dud, wearing track pants and shit. Like putting no effort in. I had like a nice package with my tickets and my fucking resume and cover letter. Went in hot, steaming hot. I mean like ferocious hot. So I just burned the mask right off my face,
Yeah.
So that's
And
why
it
you
was
didn't
so
have a mask.
confident.
That's why you didn't have a mask when you went in for your interview, and that's why you
Yeah,
made a
exactly.
terrible first impression.
That was off air. That was off air. But the guy talked. So, anyways, yeah, I wake up Saturday. Week's gone by since the interview. I interviewed on Tuesday or whatever. Saturday morning, I wake up, ready to have a great weekend. I'm like, I got this job. I'm gonna fucking next week. I'm gonna hear about it. Saturday morning, sorry, bud. You didn't. No bull. There was nothing there. They didn't even tell me like, oh, like please consider applying. None of that bullshit. It was just like CN interview, no reply. It was like, sorry, bud. And it was like basically what the email said. And I was
Sorry,
like, this
bud.
is bullshit. I'm Saturday morning. I'm half drunk still. I'm like, I'm fucking going in. Fuck this. I drank like a motherfucker on Friday because I was like, I'm getting this job. I'm going to know on Monday. I'm celebrating this weekend, right?
It's my last
And I
weekend
get
off.
my last weekend off. Like fucking
I'm
one of my
working
dream jobs.
Monday.
And I wake up to that sorry bud email and fucking, was just fuming and told you guys, like, I'm going in. They might call the cops. Like, fucking pray for me, right? Like, I'm going in, head full of steam.
Well,
And
and then I guess you,
and then he had some very like good reasons why you didn't get the job, and
Oh, yeah, I calmed down and, like,
Yeah.
approached the situation like a fucking man, right? Like a decent, sane man.
or an adult,
And-
I think is the
An
word.
adult.
Like an adult. Like an adult. And, yeah, no, he was a nice guy through the interview. He was a nice guy the second time I seen him. And
Turns
was
out he's a
kind of
really
just
nice
like...
guy. He was a really great
He was
guy.
like with the big thing was like that they're not offering training for that position, and like at that point I did try to make my case because of COVID, right? Like there's a training facility, they're not sending people to training facility, and it's backed up and they don't know blah blah blah. But I tried to make a case for myself while I was there. I was like, listen, man, I don't need training. Like I'm comfortable around railroad and the operating procedures of the road. I understand it. I have my rules card. It's still valid. Right? It's valid till 2022. Like, I have all that shit. It just needs to be reinstated, but it's there. I don't need to go for training for any of my rules and shit. And you're saying, like, all I'm going to be doing is tailing some guy while we do basic, heavy mechanical work. I don't need training for that. That training happens as we go, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, I fucking, like, you know, anyways, long story short, they hired a guy who's currently working in that position for another company, who's super green, but, like, is already trained up. And, you know, I left there feeling not any better, but I also, like, didn't fuck my chances for the future, right?
Right.
And, like, honestly, like, I went in there, and he was like, oh, shit, kind of thing, like, oh, how are you doing? And I was like, well, good, I just kind of wanted to follow up on, you know, my interview. And
You didn't
I got
like give him a
rejection letter
heads
this
up
morning.
you're coming? You just showed up?
No, I just showed up, dude.
Oh, wow.
Railroad's 24/7, buddy.
You're
If
not
I'm
supposed
there,
to
you
say
fucking
where the
better be
job was. That was the whole point of not talking about the job.
Oh, whatever. Fucking talking shit about the railroad got me fired last time, too.
Reading railroads. 24/7,
Reading railroad.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
24/7, bitch.
You know.
Like I said, if I'm there, you fucking better be there.
B.O. Railroad for sure.
But, yeah. But anyways, like that whole fucking, like, you know, you were talking about in real life practical sense, like these people aren't any more capable than me, but on paper they're as or more, right? So that was the situation I'm dealing with. It's like on paper I'm probably less qualified than the guy they hired, but the guy they hired is 21 years old and has been doing this for 6 months.
Yeah.
3 months on the job, 3 months training. It's like there's no fucking possible way in a million years that kid's more capable on a day-to-day basis than me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got 10 years in the
Yeah.
game of just hard working and learning shit.
Maybe he's just got
right?
a bigger dick.
Plus
though.
the railroad experience.
But I mean, I
No way.
totally
I seen him in
get
sweatpants.
this-
If I was rocking sweatpants, I would have went in there all vulgar.
I'm just saying, if
you
it's
know?
like the
Big
dick is
bulge at the front.
where the confidence
yeah,
comes from,
if
maybe
he's-
he's just got like a fucking piece of drift
You know what?
down
He's
there.
showing the mushrooms.
He
tip.
might have a hammer on him.
Yeah.
He might.
He might.
They
Like
call
and
him
like the
Sled.
reason why it looked like he had a vagina in his sweatpants is because he has to tuck it so far back into his ass.
Yeah.
Because it's just a fucking hog.
He's an undertuck.
If you turn around and saw it, it'd be like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't even up-tuck that shit. He's
No,
got to go all the
it's
way around
undertuck.
the back.
He's undertucked.
Undertuck. Yeah, split the balls and go under.
He's gonna walk with his
Dude.
knees together to hold it up. Hold it in.
Dude, that's something I've been fucking talking on our chat about since we all saw it on YMH. And that's the guy that tucks his fucking balls into his ass.
I've never
And
seen
whatever.
the video.
I've never seen it, but I've been suggesting we do it on air.
Yeah.
I do not want to watch a video of a guy tucking his own balls in his ass.
I kind of do, though. Call a spade a spade. I don't care. I kind of do.
The story I heard too is that he sticks his balls in his ass and then gets people to fuck him with his
With the
balls,
balls
Oh,
in.
yeah.
in his ass.
They talk about that,
Right? Like-
just aggressively.
Like I get the
Yeah.
whole, I get the shoving your balls in.
You
but,
get
like,
that.
I
You
mean,
get
like,
that,
Why
do
would
you?
you get that?
I mean, like, I understand that it's like, hey, if you, like, the guy tried one day, like, I want to fucking stick my balls in my
Yeah.
ass, and, like, boop, did it. And then the next day, he's like, I'm going to try to
See
stick
if
my
someone can
balls in
fuck
my
me.
ass, and now get fucked.
Now you're fucked.
And, like, have you ever been kicked in the balls?
Oh
like,
my god.
Oh, yeah.
you know, imagine taking
Yeah.
fucking
It's gnarly.
buddy with his sweatpants, his
I know. I
hammer
mean, like
into
ball
your fucking
skin
ball
isn't
ass.
like like ball skin isn't like lubey or strong.
No, it's
like
sticky.
if someone's just like fucking against your ball skin shoved up in your ass,
You're gonna- and,
like
like-
it's gonna be all fucking destroyed.
And like you're gonna
You gotta
destroy
get
your,
lubey, though.
Your fucking
For sure
testicles
it's
are
lubey.
just getting
Oh yeah, they're all
destroyed.
destroyed.
Oh,
the whole
dude.
thing is destroyed.
Well, even if you just do this, if you just give one a fuck,
what I
that's
mean,
it. Day's
right?
ruined.
Yeah, you
Day's
trap 'em.
ruined,
Days
dude.
ruined.
Yeah. You're either fucking some little short dick, you know, having some little short dick fuck you so it doesn't get all of the way up your balls, but
Yeah.
either way, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. They also talk about how he masturbates with his balls in his ass. And like honestly, like never in my life have I thought like that is even halfway possible.
But like, what's more
No.
impressive, that like his balls can reach his ass, or that he can get both his balls in his ass?
both in is fucking impressive, and even just like
Both in, yeah.
reaching,
for sure,
like
both
how
in.
Yeah.
fucking like hang down. Or,
Well, listen, I'm sure there's millions of people that can reach their ass with their balls. You know what I mean? That's impressive, kind of. But to be able to stick them in there and take a beating, it's like, dude, that's what's really impressive.
And, like, how long is this
kudos
guy's-
to him for making money off it.
Like, think of like the biology of the nutsack for a moment here. And it's like two
not
nuts.
lubey. It's not lubey. It's thin.
Two nuts on the inside with like
Paper thin skin.
paper thin.
Yeah.
But it's also then got like little tubes that the tubes are going from the nutsack to the fucking dick, right? And that's where it spits. But so he
drips after certain girls.
But so he's able to stretch these fucking like.
Yeah, how long are the tubes in there?
How
They're all
long are
coiled
the
up.
tubes? Are fucking long.
You know,
That's
like
what
one
I'm
of those old phone line wires. Right, it's all coiled up in there.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
Like, could you, like, because if you get, like, hit in the head real good, like, you can detach a retina.
Ooh, yeah.
Like, the retina comes, like, your eyeball's still in.
You can pop your eye out, yeah.
I mean, even if the eyeball stays in, like, the retina can, like, break off, like, too much trauma.
Oh, my eyes
But
hurt.
can your ball dislodge and just, like, come off the tube, like, you know?
For sure. I'd say guaranteed for
Like,
sure.
if I
you
shove my
fucking hard
balls up
enough,
my ass and someone fucks me, like, I feel like the balls will break off the tube. Like, you're fucking pulling that hose out.
Yeah.
Pulling the sprinkler
I
off the
regret
hose,
ever
for sure.
bringing this up.
Unplugging the testicle.
Oh my god, unplugged testes?
For sure that sounds possible.
I think so. Like, you can twist them and
You
get
can
all
twist
fucked
them?
up.
Yeah, have you ever ripped a phone off your wall? It's the same thing.
It's the
exactly
same
back
thing.
to the phone. You know what I mean? Like,
That's where Alexander Graham Bell got the idea for the telephone. With his nutsack.
dude, my nan had that phone in her hallway. So you walk in the front door and you like go right down the first hallway, not up the stairs, and there's that phone right at the edge of the kitchen on the wall there.
Yeah.
And like it's just long enough that you can go to the front door and kind of peek out the front door. But you always forget how long it is when you're going to peek, and you end up ripping it. Just like you go a little bit too far and you end up ripping it off the wall. I'm talking like 600 times in my childhood that phone's come flying at, down the hallway.
Just gets ripped out of your hand.
Circling back to our earlier conversation,
To the balls, yes.
to the girls being way more timid at shit. How many times did your nan rip the thing off the wall versus you ripped it off the wall?
Oh, it's gotta be a 1%, maybe. You know what I mean? Like
It's you
1%
going
of the
full
time,
speed and ripping that shit off the wall every time.
Oh, fucking Nan knows exactly how many
She
steps
knows
to take.
exactly how long it is. She tiptoes. She goes loose in the left arm and leans out like.
Oh yeah,
She knows.
She
it's
knows.
four-
She's got
she
it
knows.
down.
She knows it's 4 steps, so that's why she
Right.
never takes
She
3.
studied the goddamn manual. Knows it's a 9-foot cord.
She doesn't give it.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas like
That's
we
her
would just
cord.
walk till it rips off the wall and go, oh fuck.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
then call it a
thank
concept.
God those phones were like 40 pounds a pop and
Oh,
like
yeah.
made of solid metal.
It's
You know what I
analog.
mean?
Oh,
You
yeah.
rip that shit off, it's fine.
Yeah.
Just plug it back in. Like it's not an iPhone that you drop and now the speaker
No.
doesn't work.
Yeah.
Rude, this is crazy, and I don't know why the hell I'm even bringing this up. This is horrible. Do you remember that time we were all partying in my basement, and I was hooking up with this girl from
Don't believe
Rockwood,
it.
Yeah.
and she had her big tittied friend come in with her, and we were all fucking partying in the basement. It's like
Yeah.
6 of us
Fucking
partying in the basement.
Bojack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think one of the guys that was when you were talking about the balls getting all fucked up,
Yeah.
one of the guys that was at this party had his balls all fucked up. And like this story was this like Native American had to come over to the house and untwist them.
That's the exact story.
Okay, so yeah.
No,
Yeah,
make
that's
it up.
exactly the story. I don't know if it was a made up story, but that
No.
was another one of the rumors going around on this kid.
I think that
But
was
anyways,
true,
we're all at
yeah.
the house. That's true, right?
Yeah.
Why would a Native American have to untwist the balls?
Because they know.
It's just a coincidence.
Yeah, I think totally. And like, was it a Native American or was it like a guy from India? Like, you'll never know.
Yeah,
Oh.
we heard Indian. Yeah,
Yeah.
Indian
Oh.
was the term you used. In 2001, Indian was like all encompassing.
It's all
Yeah,
encompassing.
it meant everybody in
Yeah.
Asia. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so what's the rest of the story? Horse face?
So we're all partying horse face. Oh yeah, I almost said her name there too. Because immediately after
probably,
horse
like,
face,
not around
we would
anymore.
say
She's
her
dead
name.
for now.
She's definitely dead.
Dead.
Okay, Horseface Dana. That was her name, yeah.
what we call her
Dave and
behind her
Horseface
back.
Dana hooked up. I mean, the biggest tits I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, they're big.
Sorry, like if this is offending anybody, like twice the size of a head, one tit. It was massive.
Yeah.
And we're all kids. We're like 17-year-old kids, right?
Watermelons.
like she's still on like halfway through her growth. You know how big are those goddamn things gonna get? They're already scary big. But anyways,
fucking
Dave and
10
Horseface Dana. But the girl I was hooking up with was there, like, you know, friends with Horseface Dana, and I think it was the last time I let her come over to my house. I think it was one of the last times I seen her. And we were all partying, and then all of a sudden, the phone goes flying across the room at me. Do you remember this?
I don't
We're all
think
sitting
so.
there, and we're just sitting in that room, talking shit, laughing. Dave's trying to finger bang this fucking big-titted chick, you know what I mean? Oh, I said his name,
yeah.
too. God damn. Bleep that out. Bleep that thing out, please. And this phone goes flying across the room, hits me right in the face, like smack dead. And it was one of those. It was that big black rotary phone that I had in my dad's basement.
I remember
and
that phone.
I mean, in a drop of a hat, I'm ready to fucking kill somebody. Like I'm at like some of my fieriest I've ever been in my life.
Someone's going to the glue factory.
Yes, yeah, I'm cutting someone up in this basement for sure. Right? We got an old bathtub in the corner, like it's ready to rock.
Yeah.
And I look, and sure enough, it was her. She was still like, it was like one of those in a movie scenes. Like she's still extended from throwing this phone. Like, her, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I got up and I grabbed her by both wrists. And I fucking turned around, I spun her around, and I walked her right outside. Up
I
the
thought you
stairs,
were
and the
gonna
whole
say
time
smacked
walked
her,
up the...
Go on, get.
Oh, I wanted to. I wanted to. And I get up the stairs, I didn't say a fucking word. I didn't yell, nothing. Walked her outside, I threw her out the door, and I locked the screen door, and I locked the wood door.
Yeah.
And that was it. That was it. And she banged on the door a bunch, and fucking Fat Tit Dana went out, and they ended up leaving. And I think, this is even crazier.
Fat
then,
tit now. You changed it from
And
the
then-
biggest I've ever seen to the old fat tit Dana.
Well, yeah, there's a little bit of both. They don't get that big unless you're fat, you know? Let's be
Okay.
real. Okay? You just can't. It's humanly impossible. But I think like a couple weeks later, maybe later on that summer, could even have been the next year, I'm walking up to your place. You guys are having a little party at your place.
Yeah.
At your parents' place, and they roll up on me, and I'm like, oh, these girls are they're gonna kill me. Like that's it. They're gonna beat me up and throw me in the
Whole
trunk.
horse
Right?
faces here.
Like, I didn't do nothing, but like we're young and there's
Fucking
bad
stable
blood.
rolls up on me.
Wagon pulls up with two people in front.
Wagon pulls up. I get in, or I think I get in the car, and they drive me up to your place, and they came to one of your parties for like
Wow.
10 minutes.
Wow. And then you
And I
threw a
just,
phone
I
at
just,
her.
I threw your phone at her.
It was cordless.
Dude, I mean, I showed up and I remember getting to your house and like I'm just going to go and talk to my friends and forget that these girls are here. And then the next time I even thought of them, they were already gone. And it was like, thank God. And I think it's because she got knocked up shortly after that. And it turned out she had like 5 kids with this like one guy out in Rockwood.
Well, good for her having
Yeah.
little ponies.
But I think that was why they came to track me down and be like, you might be a father.
Oh god.
So you,
Yeah.
so you fucked her.
Well, in
too?
hindsight.
So you fucked her as well.
I don't know. I don't even remember. I don't know if that I did.
But
You know,
still
I honestly don't
probably the
remember.
Father, you just rubbed off on her the
Yeah.
wrong way.
Dude, you know what it's like. We were, 16 years old, dude?
Yeah.
You
What
know
do they
what it's
call
like.
it when
I
like,
don't
the
know.
horse is like...
I think
Get
we kind of
breaded
fucked, but
with
not
the phantom?
really.
Yeah, like isn't there a term like you're out, like they bring the stud in or something?
Yeah.
She got studded.
Yeah.
The bull. I don't know, it's just breeding, isn't it?
Just breeding. Yeah, she's breeding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was breeding hard for a couple years. I didn't really see her after that, though. I just kind of always heard word of mouth. You know, she was around and she's got a bunch of kids now. But it never was said or
Always
talked
huge
about or
tits.
anything. But
Sucking
when
on
they
them fat titties.
rolled up on me, when they
Some
rolled up,
milk.
No shortage of milk in that home.
Some cookies and just milk.
She's just shooting it like a super soaker. At her fucking husband and the kids. Got milk?
Disciplining the dog with a squirt. Get out of there.
I mean, isn't that why they used to have 13 kids back in the day? So that your family's always rich with milk?
Fucking glasses are dirty.
The paper towel budget's probably out of control. That family.
Oh, fuck.
No, but I don't know if any of that's for sure. That's all speculation.
All that shit
they,
happened for sure.
Well, they
She
rolled
like
up on
cleans
me.
her glasses
They rolled
and
up on
throws
me.
milk.
I can't breathe. Oh, fucking Seabiscuit. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Dude, we're an hour in and we didn't touch
did not even-
any of the stuff we were going to talk
Oh
about.
my god. Oh no.
This is the dumbest fucking show.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Do you remember any of that stuff, Rue?
Yeah, I do. I remember Horseface Dana.
Horseface Dana, yeah.
We're definitely going to save the topic at hand for next week. And let's just go to fan questions, because we have a fan question.
Oh, fuck.
The email account has been fucking dry for a month or two now. But, fuck yeah, Brian.
Well, wet the whistle here, buddy. Wet the whistle.
Brian, we haven't heard from you in a little while.
Woo. Is it milk related?
Brian, send in a question. Anyone can send questions to pretty much email. Is that what it is? Pretty much email? Pretty much
It's-
email at
Check the
gmail.com.
Yeah.
Send
Link
them
it
in.
in our
Subject
video.
line fan questions. Brian just asks, Mikey, how hard was it to come out of the closet after you ordered your first cinnamon raisin bagel?
Oh, I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it.
What a fucking cuck order.
I just want to take this time right now to officially come out of the closet.
Oh, fuck.
Oh no.
I think you would have learned a thing or two about fashions with all that time you spent in the closet.
Yeah.
You know what? This couldn't be more perfect for how hungry I am right now.
Oh, fuck, he's got a cinnamon
Cinnamon.
raisin bagel. What
Wow.
a cuck bitch. Oh, his tongue is all covered in raisins. Disgusting. That's the worst thing they have there. I can't believe they make that.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's the best.
It's
The
not
fact
the
that
best.
raisins get stuck in your teeth, it's awesome.
No, and you have to chew raisin for so much longer than everything else. It's like all the
There's
bread
nothing like
and
it, bud.
fucking cream cheese is down in 2 bites, and you just got a mouthful of raisins that you're fucking.
Oh, what are
picking
you
away.
guys getting? Everything bagels? you
Everything
basic
bagel with
cucks?
cream cheese. That's it.
It's so basic.
It's got everything on it.
Yeah, but it's just like, oh, I don't have any real opinion. Just give me everything. It's like I like all music, Yeah, I listen to Top 40. I like it all.
I like
Go
all.
fuck yourself.
Give me an all music bagel.
My taste is refined, baby. I like the cinnamon. I like the smokiness of the raisin. I like it all. What about cinnamon raisin toast? You can't tell me you don't like a good cinnamon
Absolutely
raisin toast.
not. Do you eat what's that shitty cereal with all the 2 scoops of raisins in it? What's that shit?
Yeah,
called?
Raisin Bran?
Dude,
Raisin
are
Bran.
you
That shit's
kidding me?
fucking trash.
Are you kidding me?
Don't even pull down. Oh my god, all the clunking. 2 scoops of this fucking cock.
This couldn't have went any better.
It's so fucking gross. Besides all the raisin in it, the
I love it.
flakes are gross too. It's not even like you can
Ooh,
pick
it's
the
so
raisins out.
You get this soggy bit of crunch, and then you get the squishy, smoky raisin. Oh, it's so good. And the if you get really nice cold milk, the raisins become rock hard every once in a while. It's just a nice. Maybe it's a texture thing. I don't know. I like
it's a
it.
disgusting
It's
thing
fucking
for sure.
gross, yeah.
I mean, you guys can fuck yourself. You're all basic. Okay.
Oh, fuck. fuck. I
Everything
hate
bagel.
when it's like raisin loaf. Like
Oh.
just biting
Oh
into
my
something
God, I
and then
love it.
getting like a raisin in the middle of your bite.
I
is
love
just,
it.
like-
Oatmeal raisin. Nan
Nope.
used to make fucking.
Trash.
She called it raisin pudding. Raisin pudding, and it was a cake. It was just like this white loafy bready cake with raisin in it. You know, every Thanksgiving, Christmas, love it, love it. You put gravy on it. It was so good.
Oh man.
I feel like any baked good that you add anything that's not basic, like just
Anything
don't make
but raisins.
Like our mom came to visit. That was like a fucking month ago.
Mhm.
And she's like, I made you like some zucchini muffins. Like, here you go. I don't know where those muffins are. I didn't eat any of them shits. Like,
Never
why
gonna
the
eat
fuck
them.
would you put zucchini in a muffin?
Why'd you ruin those
Why did you ruin
Listen,
those
I
muffins?
don't agree with putting vegetables in your muffin.
You had
Okay?
this perfectly
I don't
good
agree
muffin
with
mix,
it.
and you just fucking ruined it, Mom.
Like a ruined.
If you're gonna put fruit, if you're gonna put fruit or nuts in your muffins, I'm in. But if
No.
you're putting vegetables, I'm
No,
out.
put chocolate in the muffin or don't. Make it a
Yeah.
cupcake. Give me some cupcakes. I'll take that.
I guess you know I don't mind a raisin in my cupcake.
Yeah,
I'm just
because you
gonna say
like
it.
raisins, you little bitch.
What are raisins? Are like plums?
Grapes?
Grapes. Yeah.
Grapes.
You eat a lot of-
There's 40,000 plums in this cereal. 2 scoops of plums.
Plums.
What is it, a peach or something?
I think you've been eating the wrong kind of raisins, dude.
Those olives. Oh fuck. So not
I'm
plums.
just gonna start calling any dry fruit a raisin. That's it for now.
Okay, I think that's it. I think we should get.
No, that's definitely it. Oh my god.
Oh,
Thank you,
I
Bike
blow my
Thieves, for
nose
the-
after that.
The intro, outro, Bike Thieves, you guys fucking rule. Get this podcast wherever the hell you get podcasts, all platforms, iHeartRadio, iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, SoundCloud. I don't know, there's a bunch. We're everywhere. Tell all your friends, and don't fucking eat raisins or plums. That shit's gross. Just put that bagel down, you cunt.
Thanks, Brian.
Thank you, Brian. Send your questions
calling me
to
out.
pretty much email at gmail.com. Questions are so fun when we get them.
Oh yeah.
Especially when they're hard
That was
hitting.
perfect.
Hard-hitting questions like, why is Mike gay?
Thanks everybody for tuning in this week. We are Pretty Much Experts. You can check us out on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and YouTube. While you're at it, go have a look at our Facebook page. You can ask an expert any time of day or night, whatever you like. And if you're into it, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. We want to hear from you, baby. Thanks again, everybody. Tune in next week. We are Pretty Much Experts, and we love you, I guess.